Don't know.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to episode 38 of Waters of the Deep. We left off our wonderful party having, well, most of our wonderful party having dinner with Captain Reith and his wife, which I don't remember if I gave you her name or not. I've got it in my notes. Reith's wife, Mrs. Reith.
Mary?
There we go.
It was Mary.
Sure. That sounds good. Let me make a note of that before I forget. Having dinner with them and discussing options and conditions of him captaining the Unamid to bring about some passive income for the party while they deal with other things. Meanwhile, good old Odess remained on the ship because he felt like it. And yeah, we kind of left off at a point where we could wrap up the night if y'all were good, or if you had anything else. Obviously, it's your game, so go for it. And I did send you that Word document over the week with some better laid out details about the passive crew. So if anybody's got questions or needs me to go over that. Bueller?
I have no questions.
Yeah, nothing yet.
Okay.
I'm good.
Alright, well, it's your show either way, so if you want to wrap up the night, if you want to continue with the camaraderies. Actually, let's go to Odess first, because you guys, you had your dinner, you had your conversation with Reith and Mary. What's Odess been up to? Y'all ran errands before that too, so Odess, you've probably been on the ship for a good 3-4 hours solo at this point.
Well, he was just getting back. I believe he had to do a rest last time in the water, if I'm not mistaken, or that's what he was doing. At least
that was hours ago. You did that before the party regrouped on the ship, and then you all went out again, ran some last minute errands, and then everybody else met up with Captain Reith for dinner.
All right.
He's been sitting on that boat a long time by himself. I'm not sure if I want to know what he's been doing. Can I just put that out there?
Solitaire.
Jack Shack 2.0.
Right.
Fair. I don't remember. Did I move my thing upstairs? My sleeping arrangement?
You had, yes. You've been sleeping on the top deck.
I would say, other than that, he would just be saying his prayers. Maybe if there's some scrap wood, maybe he'd be trying to start to build a shrine-ish to Poseidon.
I mean, there's definitely lumber for ship repairs that you guys have. You've got 23 4x4x8s.
I think he would have been looking for if we had any like scraps that were left over from any repairs that we had done or anything like that. I mean, not necessarily taking the wood that was used, like those full planks. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Yeah. I know a while back we cut some wood up. I just don't remember if we had any left over.
Yeah, I'd say there's some pieces that you could like carve little statues out of left over, some big splinters.
Oh, I think I have. Before I say this, let me make sure I have it. Pretty sure I have it. yeah, I would say I would be trying to carve maybe some figurines, some idols to Poseidon.
Okay. What do you want to carve them with?
So I have a chopping knife. Now I don't know how to quite to into. Actually, you know what? I will change that. I have a dagger. I'll just use the dagger for now.
Okay. So doing some whittling.
Yeah, just doing some whittling,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Not a problem. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. Not too shabby. The guidance isn't going to count because that only lasts briefly, and the dex check is over a course of hours.
Yeah. I just throw it on there for you to decide.
No, with a 16, you spend a few hours whittling whatever you choose to whittle, little statuettes or whatever. They definitely lack the beauty of a trained hand, but they come out about as good as you would expect them to.
Work.
Not being experienced, I'll say you get like one wooden figurine in that time frame. You can add that to your inventory.
That will work for me.
Dang it.
Then he'd probably be saying his prayers and that one. I don't know if you remember that one song that I sent you guys in chat. He'd be using that. If anybody wants it, I can send it back. But just doing basic things, enjoying listening to the water, that kind of stuff.
Sounds good. We'll jump back to the rest of the party then. Still having dinner with Captain Reith and his wife, Mary. Who's doing what?
I'm going to go up to Bart at the bar.
Bart at the bar. You walk over and he does the little giggly wave as you approach.
Hi, Bart. How have things been since we've been gone?
It's going alright. How have things been for you?
Little hit here or there. Lots of things being juggled around. The usual.
Did you do something with the left side of your head?
I'm gonna put my head. Is he referring to when I lost my ear?
He squints a little closer. He's like, oh, it just looks a little droopy. I mean no offense. I just taking note.
Oh yeah, no, it could be. I did have a little incident with my ear. It might have been a little wonky when we tried to put it back on. So, like I said, lots of things happening and juggling.
At least
but
you
quick
got
question.
it back on. I mean, that's
No, hey, and it works, and I can hear okay. So, I don't ask for much. I'm a simple gal.
There you go.
No. I saw Katie laughed.
I got it.
Hey, so quick question for you. Have you heard anything about, and I kind of lean in, and I'm going to quietly say, Rillatar the elf? I'm looking for him for a bounty.
Can you speak into the microphone a little bit, Lord?
Oh, sorry. Was that too quiet?
Do a stage whisper.
Yeah, I'm looking for Rillatar the elf for the bounty. Have you heard anything?
I can't say I've ever heard that name before, but I'll keep my ear to the ground and pass it along to you if I do.
No, I appreciate that, Bart. Thanks. And then I toss him a gold.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. Bart, I think we're friends at this point, and friends take care of friends.
Indeed they do. I deliver your mail, you tip me generously. It all works.
Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Bart, thanks. We'll probably see you throughout the night as we make orders and stuff, and then I finger gun and walk backwards towards the table.
As you finger gun, he goes,
That's funny. Okay.
And
5 bar,
then
and then I just like give a
and-
casual wave.
and then goes back to work.
Bart's so cool. All right,
He's my
and then I'll just go
favorite.
back to the table.
Okay. Anybody else?
I want to ask Captain Reith, completely different topic, but I want to ask him about like building inspectors in Haven.
Hmm. What do you mean,
Who-
inspectors?
What department or organization is involved with code inspecting buildings?
The only time an inspector comes around is if there's like some magical hoo-ha going on, and that's when the watchers get involved. But nobody comes and like looks to make sure the buildings are safe. I mean, you walk through the town, some of these houses are roofs propped up on sticks. Nobody
Wait,
Nobody really cares.
stop it. Okay. Wait,
You stop it.
it's licking my feet.
He wants to play so bad. I saw him bring you a
He-
toy like 3
He
times.
does. Yeah, it's just sitting here.
Is there a particular reason you're inquiring about inspections?
I just want to make sure that if we're gonna have our apartment here and be away from it, that it's secure while we're away from it.
Nobody, I mean, if you're renting, obviously the owner will care a little bit, but nobody really cares beyond that, as long as it doesn't
So
look
they'll-
like you're up to some foolery in there, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. So if we look like we're above board, they'll leave us alone.
They should.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Well, Pearl's hangover, so.
Pearl's still drunk.
Well, yeah. Hangover / drunk. Yeah.
Can't get to the hangover part till you get through the drunk part. Just saying.
Well, I probably took a nap at this point on the table, so that's why I said hangover.
Okay, so Pearl is passed out face down on the table.
There you go.
Just like Pam would be.
Wow.
Taddy, you're the only person who hasn't said or done anything. You got anything?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Okay.
Me and Silt talked at the end of the last conversation for some information. She didn't have it. What time of day is it?
It's late supper, so like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like 8 o'clock.
So, yeah.
At this point.
No, I'm good till morning.
Okay. Well, the night carries on. If you choose to sit and hang around, Captain Reith and Mary will stay with you. But for any of you who choose to leave, the evening meal has concluded. Captain Reith will conclude with he'll come and call upon the Rock in a Hard Place in the morning to see if the Unamid has returned. And looking at you, Silt, remind you to make sure to get the paperwork in order with renaming and declaring him as captain. And also remind you to register as an admiral.
Can I do that before the ship's actually in Haven?
Yeah, it's just paperwork.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know.
Small processing fee. Couple gold.
Okay.
But that's it. So, but if nobody's got anything else, your guys' evening comes to an end. Who is going where? Is everybody going back to the ship? Is anybody staying in the apartment? Is anybody going anywhere
I'm going to the
else?
apartment.
Okay.
Like, I've had
Well-
enough of the boat, and I know I'm going to be on it for a while again. So, yeah.
Well, if Taddy's staying in the apartment, I'll stay with him because also not fond of water and don't want to leave him alone just in case tomfoolery is afoot.
Really? Really?
I'm not talking about you.
Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. You say that now.
I'm here to protect you, Taddy.
What are you guys doing with Pearl, who is still passed out drunk at the table?
Oh shoot.
I mean, if Pearl's passed out at the table, I suppose when we leave, I would suggest, if Silt's coming with me, that we drag Pearl with us.
I was about to say I can help Silt drag her back up to the apartment. It's too far to drag her back to the boat.
Yeah.
So I'll help drag her up to the apartment, and then I'm gonna go back to the boat.
Okay. A strength check from the two of you then.
Let the booze make me strong.
You carrying her feet first or head first?
I'll take her. We probably each grab a leg.
Each grab a leg. So
just
feet
let
first.
just let her head like bounce
Why
All
don't you
all
guys
along
over.
the cobblestone. Oh, and the stairs for sure.
Why don't
Sorry,
you just
using
weekend at Bernie's
strength
it?
check.
Just saying.
That seems about right.
She's like a cat. She gets heavier when she's passed out.
And Gallon, are you staying in the apartment or are you going back to the boat?
I'm gonna head back to the boat.
Alright. Well. So the three of you drag Pearl up, placing her in her bed. And then the evening is yours. Silt and Taddy, what are you two doing?
I are going to my bed, because I haven't had my bed in months. A month, month and a half, 2 months. Fuck that, dude. I don't.
Oh, nope, I got the rooms wrong.
Yep.
Pearl
Yeah,
was
there you go.
there, Taddy was there. There we go.
It's my bad.
I don't have to listen to that big purple snoring bastard either. So
Actually,
yeah,
you
no,
know
I'm
what?
good.
I'm not sleeping in a room with Pearl. I'm sleeping in this room. Or Pearl is sleeping in that room.
Smart choice. I only speak from experience.
You could go typical medieval and just Pearl got put on the dining room table.
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
The
And I'm
fire.
locked-
Well, there's probably no fire lit.
Locking the door after me.
Okay.
And I tell Taddy he might want to do the same thing for his own safety.
There are no locks on these doors, but you can definitely just scoot a bed to make it inconvenient to get in.
Yes, I'll do that. Inconvenient and loud to get in.
Yeah.
Same here.
Gallon, you get back to the ship. Odess is sitting somewhere on the top deck, finishing up some whittling as you climb aboard.
Oh. Evening, Otis. What you doing? Okay,
Mm.
or he's moving away
Well,
from me.
no, no.
That's
Sorry, I was
cool.
trying to put my no. Sorry, I was trying to put myself where I was at on the boat. But if you're talking to him, he would tell you that he was.
Playing with
Listen.
wood.
Can't be helped. Someone had to make the joke.
I know.
Damn right.
He's listening to the ocean, just enjoying the sea. Kind of thing.
Good,
You
I'm glad
probably
you're,
would have come back and found him in praying.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then I wouldn't have said anything and I would have left him to his prayers.
I mean,
There was, I believe, a brief mention of bringing him back supper last week. No
Yes.
issue retconning that.
Yeah, I would have done that. So if he was mid prayers, I would have quietly like walked over and like set it in front of him.
Okay.
And then left him to his business.
Otis, make a Constitution check. You maintain your concentration on your prayers and don't notice the food.
all right. Well,
Doing
Jesus.
anything else, Gallon?
No, I'm gonna go to bed. Get a full night's rest.
Just gonna toss you down there somewhere.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Otis, roll a D100 for me. Okay. You conclude your prayers, listening to the ocean and the wind, feeling spiritually rejuvenated, to find a plate of lukewarm food and a mug of ale sitting in front of you.
He will happily take it, sit down, and enjoy his food and drink next to the water.
Oh, okay. Are you doing anything else tonight? I mean, if you want
in
to
regard-
play bite by bite, we can do it, but
No, for the sake of argument and playtime, no, there's nothing
okay.
important wise that I would like to roleplay. He's
So
just
you-
doing his typical thing.
You
That's
finish your food and clean up your whittling mess and put away any prayer items you had and curl up in your bedroll right there on the top deck and go to sleep. And with that, everybody will get a long rest. Bringing us to the next day. Those temporary hit points are all going to carry over. Put those back. But that brings us to morning. Who's waking up first with... Oh, morning rolls. From people. Gallon, you're good. You don't need to.
Yeah, I figured as much. Thanks.
Pearl, make sure you add a day.
Mm-hmm.
Silt, I would think that you were woken up to the little voice in your head complaining about being thirsty, and that would get you up first.
Yeah, I would address that.
You get up and go out to find Pearl, head leaning off the table, snoring profusely. And you find your bucket in the little closet exactly where you left it. Fill it up with water and start doing your morning routine.
Feed the dragons while I'm there and try to get them to train them a little bit.
Okay. Go ahead and make an animal handling check. Above table, weren't you supposed to do something else last night?
No, I have a lunch date with Gestra today.
Today, okay. I knew you had it, I couldn't remember when. Make a perception check for me. So,
Here's
Training goes. They're full of energy and excitement and need breakfast, so they don't pay very good attention, but you work through it. It's not a negative encounter.
Okay.
You don't necessarily succeed at developing any training with them.
Okay.
What are you up to next?
I'm going to leave a note on the table for Taddy and Pearl. I'm gonna pin it to Pearl's chest.
I
That
was gonna ask if you're gonna like pin it to her canine.
very carefully. I'm gonna go take care of paperwork.
Okay.
And I'm not worried about meeting back up with them at any specific time.
Do you declare where you want to meet back up with them or anything like that?
I'll just say I'll see you back on the ship, I guess.
Okay.
Or around.
With that, you and your pseudo dragon individuals make your way over to the Salvagers Guild. As you arrive at the Salvagers Guild, you can see through an alley one of the ships back in the bay, parked near the Rock and Hard Place, is in fact the Unamid, which made port sometime overnight. But you enter the Salvagers Guild, and B greets you. Good morning, Captain Silt.
Good morning, B. I have some business to conduct. Renaming of a ship, getting it in order, establishing. Well, no, I don't want to establish. Captain Wraith wanted to see the ship first.
So he agreed to captain the ship. He needed to see it in order
Oh,
to
and for
determine
crew.
what improvements and size crew were needed.
Okay, then I will assign him as captain to the ship and myself as admiral, and change the ship's name.
As you're talking, he starts pulling out like stack of papers from under the desk. He's like, "Hey, new ship, new captain, fleet registration, admiralty," and he's like, as you're explaining everything that needs done, he pulls them out. It ends up being like 10 stacks of paper that you need to fill out, and he informs you it's a 15 gold processing fee for all the paperwork.
Great.
And you will spend some time there doing that. Pearl, make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You're still passed out.
Okay.
Odess and Gallon, you are both awoken to Captain Wraith's voice. Anybody aboard?
I shoot up and go up top, upper deck, aft deck.
You come up. Odess is sitting up towards the back of the ship. You both get up and peek over the side. You can see that Captain Wraith and Mary have taken a small, like, ferry and are awaiting whoever's aboard.
Captain Wraith, Mary, good morning.
Still evening for us, but morning to you.
Did y'all not go to sleep?
No. And you can see Mary start to blush profusely. Permission to come aboard, if we may.
I shoot a look at Otis because technically he was second captain on the other ship. Technically, it'd be him who would say it.
Otis would say, I mean, I recognize him, right? I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
He would say, of course, and I don't know if we have like a rope ladder or something, or.
While you're looking around for a rope ladder, you look back at them for a brief second, and you see Captain Reith like reach one hand down and catapult his wife up over the railing. And then much more nimbly than you think his old body'd be able to, he scurries up the side of the ship. Fine little vessel y'all got here. And he flips a coin back to the ferryman. Who's, thank you, that'll be all.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Been on ships as long as I have, you learn a trick or 10.
I can see that.
My apologies, Dee. This is my wife, Mary. She'll be acting as my first mate upon the Inamid.
He would
Above
be a
table,
little.
did you guys tell him about the new ship name yet?
No. Are you talking about me, or are you talking about Reith?
It might have come up in conversation at dinner.
All right, because I think it was like a brief moment where Becca said we should rename it the Golden Years, and I think that's where the conversation ended.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
that
don't-
was Katie who
that's right.
suggested that.
That was the end of the night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So
I don't even know
yeah,
if you guys were going to rename it that.
Heck
I think we are, because it's gonna be basically run by him. But I think it would come up now, as Gal would say,
Oh.
like, because he commented about our vessel, and I'd be like, well, wait till you see the other one. It's huge. It's called the Unamid. We're waiting to see if it's coming to port, or if it came here before us and then went back out. We're just not quite sure yet. We got to get a
Yeah,
location.
as you glance around the bay, you notice that the Golden Years now is docked or anchored not far from the Rock and a Hard Place.
And then I would mid-sentence say, "Oh, look! Hey, look! There it is!" and like point off in the distance.
Appears to be a fine vessel indeed.
I was gonna say, can I do a perception check to see how it looks,
You absolutely can.
or if I'd like to make sure that it came in? I mean, obviously it came in okay, but make sure there's not too much damage on it. Abilities, perception. Oh man, I am too happy that they're aboard the ship to notice.
So above table, though, have you guys told Otis that the name was changing? I don't think
No, 'cause
anybody's.
you weren't at dinner.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think anybody's told him.
So Gal would look over at Otis and then clarify. Oh, by the way, we're gonna call it the Golden Years.
Kind of give that like. Kind of that recognition that something was.
I was about to say, but obviously we should have checked with you first since you captained that ship. So you should actually rename it. And now I feel uncomfortable.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, saving throw. Boy, Gal feels all kinds of uncomfortable.
You feel your hives flare for just a moment, and then it's okay, it was oversight, and they go away like goosebumps, and you shake them off.
And I
Odessa,
kind of
you
give,
just watched her do like a hand to the chest, like.
And then she's gonna give Otis a really sheepish, apologetic look.
He's just gonna give that kind of, that dad nod. I know Mike knows what I'm talking about. Like you're acknowledging something happened, but you're not talking about it at that moment.
As in, like, it's a talk about it later. Oh.
Captain Wraith, what can we do for you, sir?
Give me 1 second. Well, I'm here to call upon the crew and take a walk through of the, I guess, the golden years now, or whatever it's going to be called, to inspect the ship before I start looking for a crew to fill it and determine what kind of upgrades it might need.
Out of curiosity, what about the crew that's already on it?
They'll be integrated.
Okay.
I understand they have experience, so likely candidates to fill officer positions, and then I'll hire on regular crew from there.
Alrighty. Well, you just let me know what you need, and I suppose
just
we'll get underway.
need permission to board the ship, and I mean, they just docked, so I'm sure you'll want to catch up with your crew as to the extent of their voyage.
This is very accurate, as you can see, because at the time that they boarded, I would say that Otis is probably just in his vestments at that time.
Whatever you slept in, so.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's probably just in his vestments at this point. So he's going to tell Captain Wraith that he has permission to go aboard and that he will join them shortly once he has finished dressing and scrounged up some food. He'll be right over.
I'm in no rush. I know we're here a little early, so just sit up on the stern and enjoy the view. Whenever you're ready, you let us know, and we'll all go together.
Feel free, be our guest.
Captain Wraith,
Yes, ma'am.
if it's not too much trouble while you're on this ship, would you mind taking a look around, seeing if there's anything that needs to be replaced, anything that needs to be added to improve it?
I'd be happy to take a look upon your ship.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So while you guys are doing your morning stuff and getting ready, him and Mary we'll look over the ship. And about the time that you've had breakfast, gotten dressed, put on your armor, gathered your equipment, whatever you're gonna do, it's about the time that they wrap it up. And he'll come back up to you, Galen, and lean in real close and whisper and goes, "You know you got a little shiny rock thing up in your crow's nest that keeps looking at me, right?"
Yeah, he does that. He's pretty normal, though. He's just really
okay.
happy to be out and about.
That, no, long as you're aware, and it ain't some weird cockamamie shit. That's fine. Ship's in pretty good standard for a party crew of your size. An extra hand or two couldn't hurt, but it's small, it's fast, it's got a pulley and can haul about what its size is worth. Decent sleeping quarters. The only real suggestion I'd have might be to maybe get a better encagement for that little cricket farm you got going on. Them things breed like crazy if you ain't careful.
Yeah, no, we've noticed. It's been somewhat of a challenge, but I think we'll come up with the solution.
Alright.
But thanks for taking a look around. I appreciate it.
Of course, upgrading your weaponry never hurts, and a reinforced hull couldn't hurt either. But really, it depends on what you're going to do with the ship. You know, if you're going hunting, you want better weapons. If you're going through pirate territory, reinforced hull won't hurt. If you're looking to capture, do on the sea bounties, so to speak, you definitely want to get a brig put in so you got somewhere to keep them safe and secure like. Really just depends on what you're doing, but what you got ain't too bad.
Okay. Definitely some things to keep in mind and talk about with the captain. Or I guess Admiral. Now. Oh.
I'm guessing Otis is hearing this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not being
He's
quiet.
just nodding at Gal.
Right. So the four of you are going to make your way over to the Unamed Golden Years.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So the four of you make your way over there. And the crew doesn't really have anything to report. Everything, kind of keeping an eye on Captain Wraith and Mary, not knowing who they are, let you know that everything went according to plan and there weren't any issues either there or on the way back. And then you'll spend the morning walking around with Captain Wraith as he inspects the ship.
Perfect. Perfect.
Give me just a second.
Gal's gonna, by the way, kind of take a back seat as Otis leads Captain Wraith around the ship since he was captain and make up for her faux pas earlier. And also, probably realizes there's gonna have to be some, reconnoiter that's gonna have to happen amongst all of us. So she is, lightly stepping.
Okay. But while you all do that, Taddy. Are
Yeah?
you staying at the Rusty Anchor?
Yeah.
Okay. It definitely doesn't take long sitting at the bar for Vex to appear seated next to you. I'm going to leave you in your room there.
Okay.
In her usual tiefling form. Just, I'm not a servant for you to just call in a hurry. I do have a job,
Yeah, I know. But this is gotta happen quick.
Okay, what is it?
If you work with the rest of them, I'll whisper you what I need.
You what?
I said I will whisper you the conversation.
Okay.
Go ahead and work with somebody else while I'm doing that.
Sounds good. Pearl, you wake up choking on a dry mouth to find yourself laying head off the edge of the dining room table in the apartment. And you have a nasty fucking hangover. To the point where you have a level of exhaustion.
Oh god. This is horrible. Why do I do this to myself? I'm never drinking again.
Your own words hurt your head as you talk. It's like every word is like a sharp knife.
Great. I'm gonna take a blood vial with me. Just chug it because I carry it.
Okay. You drink the blood, and you feel less inclined to bite somebody, but it doesn't get rid of your hangover.
Can I use one of my abilities to cure my hangover?
What abilities do you have?
So many.
Let's take a look at your abilities. So to cure a level of exhaustion, you would need lesser restoration, greater restoration, or because you're a paladin,
Can I not do cure once on me?
that'll
It's
hit
a
hit
heavy
points.
one.
Your lay on hands will cure disease or neutralize one poison.
Alcohol can be poison.
Alcohol,
The
is a
alcohol is.
poison.
However, a hangover
It's
is
just
caused by the dehydration after the alcohol's been processed out of your system. So really, you're just super dehydrated right now.
Should have done it last night. I should have soaked her with the whip this morning.
So lay on hands won't work. Yeah. No, you don't have anything. You just gotta hydrate like a son of a bitch.
Okay, so I'm just going downstairs and I'm just gonna ask for 5 liters of water at the Rusky Inn.
Okay, so you making your way downstairs, and just tell him to keep the water coming, and Bart just keeps the water coming.
I'm gonna give
When
3
you
gold.
walk in, you see Taddy sitting at the far end of the bar, talking to a tiefling.
Yeah, right now I'm too hungover to realize what's going on. I'll just hand him like 3 gold as I'm kind of laying, like, just laying, like,
Okay.
exhausted.
So last night you were laying on a table, and now you're like laying over the bar,
Like sideways, though. Yeah, something like that.
trying to pour the water in your mouth without moving.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give him 3 golds, and I'm just gonna say, don't ask. Hard night. So let me take 3 gold.
Okay. He collects up the 3 gold, and he just keeps the water coming. He also brings you some bread and some stew. Something light to kind of. It's more of a soup than a stew, just to kind of keep your.
You're the best. Thank you so much.
I do what I can, ma'am.
Wait.
Okay, so you're hydrating. Taddy's having a conversation. Silt, you finished your paperwork. Yay!
Yay!
The ship has officially been renamed the Golden Years. Captain Reith listed as the captain. You as the admiral to the fleet of the Rock and a Hard Place and the Golden Years, with the Rock and a Hard Place being your flagship. And the Golden Years can operate under the Salvagers Guild because of you and Captain Reith.
Okay. Above table, could you resend the list of the cost of different stuff on ships?
I can do you one better. Right above your token, on the world map there, is a shipwright link.
Ah, yes, perfect. Okay. Then what time is it when I finish all the paperwork?
Probably about 9 or 10.
And at what point in the morning has Captain Reith and Mary and Odessa and Gallon been doing their stuff? Is it?
That
Am I
is
still earlier than them?
that is in progress as you finish the paperwork. They're on board the Golden Years when you finish the paperwork.
Okay. Then I am
Above table, that shipwright list is not all inclusive. If you think of anything not on there, let me know, and we'll get pricing and availability for you.
okay.
It goes for everybody. Kind of the same way I run any shop is if you think of it, you let me know, and then I'll decide if it's available.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. What about building a captain's room, which doubles as a place to put me when I go crazy for a boat, but doesn't look like anything suspicious.
Doesn't look like a brig, but it's a brig.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Doesn't look like anything crazy, but I mind the
A brig that is re-skinned as captain's quarters.
Yeah, I mean, that would fall under general modifications, and it would be described to me, and I'll give you a price on it.
Okay, I would say just like a general wherever the captain's quarters are, probably by the bridge area,
Well,
size relative to the ship.
are you making your way over to the Golden Years?
Yes, because I need to
Alright.
go talk to
I will. If you're. Well, it's a Salvagers Guild ferry, so you don't have to pay for it. So you get over there. Give me 1 second. I'm transferring tokens. A lot of maps today.
Yeah.
Yep. All the maps.
As you get there, you can see Odess talking to Captain Reith and Mary. The rest of the crew is doing crewly duties around the ship. I'm working on their tokens. And they all kind of take note of you as you climb aboard.
Okay. Well, first of all, I will greet Captain Wright and Mary and Odess and Gallon. And, glad she came in so that you can inspect her. What's the one guy's name that's standing next to Odess? He was the one that
Tilla.
we put in Tilla. That's right. And then I will tell them that I'll excuse myself from that conversation, unless there's actual conversation that other people have to go speak with Tilla.
Pretty sure they were just shooting the shit at that moment. So, okay, you and Tilla step to the side.
That's you, Gallon, and Otis. Do you guys have anything before she walked away?
And it doesn't even have to be like we don't have to walk away. It's just I'm going to talk to him about payment.
I don't have anything. I'm just kind of walking Captain Reith around. Is above table, and to clarify, I don't think Otis knows or knew that Captain Reith was being given captaincy of this ship.
Yes, we did have that conversation. The whole crew did together.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if that was like an above table or if it was like a
No, that was part of the
Last I remember-
conversation. Like, we're going to have dinner with Captain Rice to go set it up with him.
Oh, I was gonna say last I remember was, hey, we're going to dinner. Okay, yeah, no, if that's the case, then nope. I don't have any.
Tilla would fill you in, Silt, that nothing of note happened during the voyage, and everything was taken care of according to plan.
Okay. Very good. And then Silt would probably remember, but above table I'm gonna ask how much was it that we had promised to pay them?
I don't remember how much it was, but it was not a high number. I know that.
Yeah. I just need the number so that I can
See how good Becca's notes were, because I forgot to write it down.
I'm sure it's in my notes, but like it's
I
just
thought I
one
remember, like,
long list.
20
of-
gold or something like that. Because
I
how
know
many
you-
of them was there?
I think you
5?
paid half of it ahead of time. Do.
If you want, I can go find it real quick.
I'm digging through my notes here. I've got it somewhere.
Didn't put it on one of the pins, did you?
That's where I'm
What,
gonna
20?
look next.
20 gold ahead. Less than
I
Um,
think I have it for helping sail the ship. Approximately 200 gold just to sail. Then if we keep them on, it's 10%.
yes.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep, that's what I have.
Okay.
Enjoy.
I got it. Yay!
So 200 gold is owed to them right now, and then if they want to stay on, it'll be a cut of profits moving forward.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let him know that I have to go collect the 200 gold at noon, and I'll be back when I have it, like immediately.
Not a
But I was
problem.
just okay.
It sounds like we're staying on the ship, so we'll be here, but we get paid before we go anywhere else. That's the deal. With your permission, though, Captain, I'm gonna get the crew. Well, we'll wait till you pay us, but once you pay us, we'll leave 2 guards posted at a time. But we need a little shore leave if that's all right.
Absolutely. Were these guys part of the like apartment deal, or was that just this is above table? I can't remember from last week's discussion. Was that Captain Rice and his wife? They wanted to stay on the ship, and the
So,
apartment
yeah.
was for shore leave people, right?
yeah, that's the apartment's gonna kind of be for whoever's there that doesn't want to stay on the ship type situation.
Okay.
But Captain Rice and his
Not to,
wife.
not to mention some place to store stuff.
Yeah,
If we needed it.
Captain
So I
Rice
would-
and his wife were gonna live on the ship full time.
that's right. Yeah, because they love for some reason they love the sea. I would have that conversation with him too. Tell him that we've got a place in town that I'll have to get them a key and we'll get details figured out. But
We're in no
going
rush.
forward.
We're probably gonna pass out at the bar tonight, so don't even worry about it till tomorrow.
sounds good. You guys deserve it. Then
Right.
I am gonna go
Was that
back.
Tilla talking? Because he sounds like Rife.
It's the sea. It does funny things to a person's voice box.
Saltwater wears it down. You return as Ryth is starting to give his suggestions for upgrades, and he caveats the conversation with, of course, it depends on what kind of job you want us doing. If you just want us running salvagers operations, keep it nice and safe, keep a little flow of money coming, we definitely need a pulley. Ain't no way around it. I ain't hauling anything up, and I don't expect anybody else to either.
Well, we discussed the one on the Rock and a Hard Place being transferred over.
For now,
I know he's just given a list, and then
I'm gonna write the notes down as he's talking.
The weaponry's pretty good. A brig never hurts. Sometimes there's bounties on pirates, and pirates are unavoidable. Definitely need some storage containers for the books and other materials. And of course, gets kind of quiet. It's like we had discussed, maintaining some hidden objects, which not a problem. Just need some lumber. I can take care of that myself.
Okay.
And the usual ship tools and navigational set, some carpentry tools, some spare lumber for repairs, spare sails. The anchor seems pretty good. Then if you want us doing some higher value jobs, some bounty hunting or higher risk variety, probably wouldn't hurt to upgrade the hull, get some extra weaponry on here. I always wanted one of them cannons they got for sale at the shipwright. Them things seem nasty.
I'm liking this dude. I ain't even there.
But
I don't care.
He just kind of does the same thing I tell you guys. He's like, if you want us doing this job, this is the kind of loadout. If you want us doing that job, that's the kind of loadout. And keeping it pretty simple. But generally, the ship is in good state. Just needs a restock and a refit, and nav tools, carpentry tools, the basics before heading out, and it can get to work. And a crew, of course, which, unless you've got other people in mind, he'll take care of.
Okay.
Are-
I will tell them that got all that written down, and we'll see what we can do in the next couple of days with the funds that we have.
Not a problem. Long as you're okay with it, this aft cabin here, I'm gonna make that into the captain's quarters. He's talking about this room here. The only way in or out of this room is this staircase right here. So it's a one-way in, one-way out room.
That's
But he'll modify that himself out of pocket for their accommodations.
okay.
But yeah, 10, 15 crates will probably suffice, and we're gonna be a larger crew, so a few more barrels, water, and really, honestly, if you're not doing major upgrades, you're just looking to restock and send us out, probably better off just giving us like a 400, 500 gold treasury, and I'll take care of all the finer details for you and get the crew ready, and we'll just keep that as the ship treasury and pay profit as we go.
Okay.
So it's like putting a deposit down on a stock and then only withdrawing the positive cash flow out of it, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Then I will turn to Galen and Odess and say, well, I have a lunch date with Gistra to sell her, to adopt her a pseudo dragon, so that we have some gold, pay the crew, and to make some upgrades.
Are you selling straight to her, or are you getting the 1,500 gold from the
I'm
job, or
I'm gonna sell straight to her because it's more direct, and it's not very much of she offered 1,200. I can probably get her up a little bit higher than that, and it just seems like it's not worth the hassle to go through the Watchers and make the dragons go somewhere they don't want to go.
I mean, can't you just go straight to her, drop them off, have her sign something, and take it to the Watchers and get the job done?
Well, when I met with her, she hadn't gotten the message from the Watchers yet, apparently.
I mean,
So
they're
there's
your dragons. I can't control you what you do with them.
if she has, I mean, I can't control what the Watchers are bringing her in terms of messages and whether things are getting through or not. But I imagine if she gets the message, she'll want it through the Watchers because she doesn't have to pay for it then.
I mean, I wasn't sure how that money from the Watchers came. I wasn't sure if that was like.
It comes from their pool of money.
It
Yeah,
comes
but
from
there's
the
still.
Watcher's treasury, and then Gistra pays back into that for whatever they pay out to you.
Gotcha. So I mean, it's her money regardless. But again, they're your dragons. Do with it what you will. I was just curious. There's other jobs we can do if we take off with enough time.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know how much time we have left.
That's a good call. I need to be keeping track of how many days you're in port.
Well, we've only spent a 1 day
Yeah,
back.
You're on the second day right now, so
Still quite a bit of time left. I don't think we've gotten. We're not halfway, right?
I erased it. God damn it, Bobby. I think you were at like 34. So it put you 35 days through the cycle.
We have 6 months to complete them, don't we?
Yeah.
So we should have 4 months left.
Job 1 shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, 6 months. So you were closer to like 48 days.
Yeah, that sounds like I remember the conversation being.
So yeah, you're at like 49 total right now out of 180. So you've got some time. But all right, so Silt, you're gonna head over to the Powdered Keg.
Yeah, I'm not gonna head there if it's 4 hours early, but when the time is appropriate.
It's coming up on lunch.
Okay. Yep. Wait, I can do it. Drop my disguise on. Not on the ship. I won't do it there, but in a hidey hole somewhere.
So you will spend some time in there with Gistra doing pleasantries before finally getting into the business. Hold on a second. Sorry. Yeah, sure enough, right as lunch approaches, Gistra comes in. Super excited to see Sammy smiles. As soon as she sees you, starts putting a finger through her hair. And first time you've seen Gistra cleaned up. She's usually looks like a blacksmith, char and ash everywhere. She took a bath. She looks cleaned up. She curled her hair. She put a little blush on. And she's not wearing Smith's clothes. She's wearing kind of like a sundress type deal. But clearly she's still got like chaps and boots on underneath, so she doesn't feel super girly. But she comes over, curling a finger in her hair. She's like, Sammy, I was afraid
Just
you weren't gonna
my
show."
dear. Oh, me? I never let a lunch date down.
Me neither. Okay. Perfect. I was waiting for a message back. So, you and Justra flirt, have lunch, 30, 40 minutes, whatever. While that's going on, we are going to jump over to Mr. Taddy, who has
Sure.
been silently doing a bunch of shit this morning. And above table, none of you have any clue of anything you hear about for this next little segment. And we don't have a map. We're on the world map, just with Taddy's token. We come over to Taddy, who is meeting with Vex and a couple of other Thieves Guild members, all dressed as acolytes behind the Temple of Talos. And as Taddy flicks his finger to his hat, activating it to transform into an acolyte himself, he nods, and Vex looks over to him and goes, "Well, all right. Now that we're all ready, lead the way, Taddy. You know how to get there."
Got it. We walk to the front of the building.
They follow in line behind you. You glance over your shoulder. You can see them all kind of like hands in the opposite robe sleeve in front of them with their heads bowed and their hoods pulled over. How you would see an acolyte procession moving through the city. Clear that
That's
they've
perfect.
done this before.
Yeah, I was that was going to be my suggestion. So I'm just going to follow suit and lead the group, the procession, into the front doors.
They follow you right in.
All right. Is there anybody in the worship area?
Surprisingly, no. It's still a little early in the morning when this took place. Probably about 8 or 9 a.m. Only a handful of candles in the entire chamber are lit. And other than that, it's empty. You can hear a slight, chanting noise coming from the northern doors inside the temple.
Okay. I will lead the procession all the way up to the altar.
Okay. They are more relaxed in their posture now, not walking like the acolytes. But definitely they're all looking around, being cautious, taking everything in.
Yeah. Okay. Once we make it to the altar, I'll look around, make sure there's no signs of anybody coming or noises.
Make a perception check for me.
Yeah, that's what I was getting there.
The continued excuse me, the continued chant coming from those northern doors is still there, but you hear no footsteps other than your groups.
Okay.
And nobody
I
seems to be
will
entering the temple.
reach up and hit the lever that I found the last time.
You do so, revealing the hidden door.
Okay, I will whisper everybody in.
They all quickly make their way in.
Once inside, I would try and shut the door behind me.
There is a lever at the bottom of the stairs that you remember from the last time you were
Yep.
in here. You pull, and you hear the gentle clicking noise as the door above has sealed.
Okay. Okay, guys. This is the crypt. I can tell you that I've been across this whole main floor. I don't remember seeing any gold stashes or money or just a whole lot of shit ton of books. Spread out. Anything you can find worth anything, feel free to take. If you come across their gold funds, that's what we're mainly here for. And that is what we will definitely be splitting for this job.
They all nod and start spreading out around the chamber.
I look at Bex and I wink and I say, "Okay, hun, you said you got a better eye than I do. Let's find this."
Alright. Go ahead, Taddy, and make a perception check. Or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Definitely investigation.
Oh,
Shit.
no.
Eat it. Come on, inside. Frida.
Doing an initial glance around the room. I totally didn't roll the right thing. It looks a lot like it did the last time you were down here. The initial glance over the chamber, nothing really seems out of place.
Inside.
Pretty much well the way I left it. Doesn't look like anybody's been down here.
I mean, there's signs of people have walked through to the bookshelves and then walked back out, but nobody's spent any time down here. Nobody's cleaned. Nobody's moved anything of note.
Okay. Well, I'm not seeing anywhere to be hiding things, Vex. That's what I was trying to tell you when we were talking earlier.
As you do so, Thief One up here will kind of holler at you, but quietly, and be like, "Did you know this is a door?"
Let's head over there.
As you walk over here, you realize that you just glanced in this area and completely missed the door. And the thief reaches up and opens it, and you can see there is another spiral staircase heading downward, just like the one you came down in.
Isn't that the way? Isn't there one going up here that I used to get out the last time?
Honestly, I don't remember. I thought that
Oh,
was
like
a different area.
to the outside.
Yeah, I thought when I left
Just
outside the temple.
retcon stupid DM.
Okay. Okay, so there's a staircase leading up and there's a staircase leading down over there, is what you're saying?
So the up is here, the down is here. And we'll say you found a hidden tunnel like over here, and that's how you got out last time. Down by where you fought the mimic.
Okay. Then in that case, oh yeah, I would definitely tell the crew to watch out for mimics.
As soon
I
as
had
you
to
say
deal
the
with one
word,
down
you
here.
see all of their hands like instantly pull back to their chest from whatever they were just fiddling with. And they're like,
Okay, let's go see what's downstairs. Am I noticing like dust moved on the ground like they've actually been down here? Somebody's
nothing.
been down here? I guess. Let's go down and see what's down there.
As you start traveling down the stairs, you realize it is getting darker and darker. Did you attune your thing?
I did last night.
Okay.
There's no attunement to it, by the way. But if there was, I would have last night.
Oh, it doesn't require attunement. Maybe. Okay. So you flip your goggles on, and your vision changes from the solid black to the gray, white, and black that people with dark vision have. Able to proficiently walk without tripping and dying. The five of you make your way down for what seems like forever, before eventually coming to a stone floor. Not a cobblestone floor, a stone floor. with a decent enough sized little chamber, probably 20 feet by 20 feet and 15 feet tall. As you look around, you can see that this isn't a manufactured room. This is a carved out room. So it was dug out and then never walled, if that makes better sense. It looks like a cave.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured you were going with. Okay.
In the center of the room is a single torch, like a tall torch. It's like 4 feet tall, sticking out of the ground, unlit. And there doesn't appear to be anything else in the room.
I'm gonna investigate the room.
Okay, go ahead. With
See if there's-
advantage, as everybody is doing the same thing.
Okay.
So we'll get two advantage rolls on this between you and Vex. She rolled. You both rolled the same thing. With double 24s, you both quickly realize that there is a hidden door on one of the walls.
Okay, let's go check it out. And
The manner of how to open it remains a mystery to you.
okay, well, I'm gonna look it over for rune carvings, holes, door handles, keyholes.
Go ahead and make another investigation check.
11.
Don't see anything. Other than
Couldn't
a
be.
somewhat distinct seam where the rock looks like it should give away.
That's a Palor key. I don't. Do you know anything about this district?
Frida.
Beck?
I've never been in the crypt, let alone down here, so
No.
Well, I know that, but I mean, whispers. You've heard? Have you heard of any whispers about any vaults they have?
I mean,
Oh.
vaults, we always assumed it was dug out and then, a locked door. I've never known anybody to come down here, and this is a mystery to me.
Okay. The hole in the wall does it have any shape to it? Is it?
So it's think Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship
Uh-huh.
of the Ring, the door they go through to get to Moria, like that, but without all the fucking dwarven runes and shit. Like it's that
Okay.
shape, it's 8 feet
Okay.
tall, curved at the top. It's an archway
Yeah.
shape, and all you see is just the seam. And the reason you were able to identify it as a door is because it's doorway shaped.
Okay. Looking. I highly doubt a Palor key is going to fit this thing, but I have a Palor key. God, see, this is why I was hoping to get some information on this place before we came down. Okay, so I try a crowbar on it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check. You pry and pry and pry, and nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
As you finish trying, one of the thieves, hey, you mind if I light this torch? I can't see shit down here.
Yeah, there's nobody else down here, man. I pull my goggles up before he does, because I'm afraid of what, night vision blindness?
Lens flare.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, lens flare. There it is.
No sooner than you say, yeah, go ahead, man, you hear, like, as he's getting his flint against the steel. And after a moment, the sparks catch and the torch lights up the room. With it now well lit, you look around. You can see that the stone is dark red, brownish hue throughout. The stairs are carved marble. And you can see a little clearer now the door frame.
Okay.
But it doesn't reveal anything new to you.
Okay. So okay, we're in a place, Talios. Oh, the hole in the wall. One of his things. God. I'm just gonna blurt out. Open in the name of Talios? I don't know.
You say it and nothing happens.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, special door, special way of trying to open it, I guess. I think we found where they're stashing shit. I don't understand how there could be no tracks leading down here, but this is definitely some place to hide shit.
Would have to agree with you as Vex is continuing to inspect the door.
Yeah. Bring that light a little closer. Motion for the thief to bring his light source closer to the door. I'm gonna try investigating it again with.
So he
good
lit
light.
the torch that was in the ground,
Oh,
and as he grabs, he's like stuck.
stuck. Really?
Can't pull it out of the ground.
Does it move?
He like pushes it and wiggles it, tries pulling it. No.
Weird. I don't have any. I think I got rid of them. Vex, do you happen to have something shiny, like a gem or something? I'm all fresh out. I just got rid of mine.
I don't keep things like that on me doing
Oh.
jobs. But I've got a dagger, as she does a flourish, and
Yeah,
you
well,
can see
I
a
was.
well-polished dagger.
Oh, well, can we try and use the reflection of the dagger to concentrate the light source on the crack in the door?
Can try. She walks over and tries to like line it up as a mirror. And the light's going in there, but you can't see more than an inch before there's just more rock.
Okay, well, I was kind of hoping to try and peek into the hole, see how far it goes.
Yeah, you're able to with the reflection of the light, but you can see maybe an inch in, and then it's just rock. So there's not a through crack. It's like a backdrop.
Okay. So no mechanisms inside.
Not that you've been able to determine.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see if it's barred back there. I'm trying to see
Go
if
ahead
maybe
and,
it's locked.
Go ahead and make another investigation check as you're doing the light trick to check all the cracks with advantage.
Okay, there's one. Hold on. I was in a hurry.
It's all good.
23.
Yeah, you go all the way around and you don't notice any kind of mechanism, any kind of trap, any kind of anything.
Okay. Well, with my background, I would wager this is some type of magic lock. we have to have a special key for. We obviously don't have it.
I think that would be a fair guess. I mean, we can sit here and try and figure it out, but how much time do you really want to do? There's no telling what time people are going to get up and possibly come down here.
Yeah. I can pull out that Paylor key that I have and see if that fits in the hole.
What hole?
The hole in the wall.
Like the door crack?
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah.
Usually keys go in keyholes, not in door cracks, but
Yeah, well, this is
At
special
this
doors,
point.
so. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, on a wild hair, I'm going to try it. Just stick the key in the hole and wiggle it around a little bit.
giggity. You
Giggity,
run the
yeah.
crack. The key fits in inch and a half all the way through the door frame. Doesn't do anything.
Thing. Okay. Okay. This is gonna sound a little bit more crazy than just a quick snatch and grab, but we could go upstairs. See if he's got some kind of
Upstairs, you cut out.
special.
Go upstairs and what?
Yeah, go upstairs to where all the acolytes and priests and things are. See if anybody's got any kind of special gems or stones or.
Oh, you know that's direct integration. That's gonna up our cut of anything we get, but
I mean, I'll be glad to go alone if y'all want to wait, but
no, we're here. We're a team. Let's
at this
make
point,
the light work.
yeah, I mean, that's once again, that's why I was hoping to find out some more information on this place before we went in, because I didn't know what we'd be up against once we got in here. I kind of figured they'd have some kind of vault, but I wasn't thinking they were going to do a magical vault like this. But I'm assuming this is a magical vault because there's no keyholes, and it's definitely fucking hidden down here in the cave.
Well, sounds like up we go. Vex will turn
Yeah.
and start making for the stairs, as two of the thieves do. The third thief pulls out a piece of cloth and smothers the torch out. Ha! Would you look at that? When you turn back to the door, you can see that some writing has revealed itself.
Of course, it's a language I don't understand. Have you come across that before? Any of you?
You'll hear Vax chuckle and goes, "Oh, gotta love the goblins." Let's see. She walks up and starts reading with her finger. Goes, "I have tail and have head." God, this is written like it was written by a goblin. "But have no body, not snake. What am I?" And she repeats it. "I have tail."
Coin?
As soon as you say the word, you hear the rumblings of the cave come to life, and the door slowly starts swinging inward to the chamber. On the other side, a flash of light blinds you momentarily, as it is a 30-foot wide by 50-foot deep room filled almost floor to ceiling with coins and treasures and artifacts.
Should have
The-
brought more people.
One candle in the center, one candle in the center of the room, reflecting off all of the shininess, is amplifying the light coming out.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the crew and say, look, I've dealt with a mimic down here before, so be careful. But y'all got your sacks. Let's fill them.
The three instantly run into the room, stopping only for a moment to glance around, and then just start shoveling gold into their bags.
I'm gonna look at Vex and say, is this a good enough score? As I grin.
Excuse me. She's she is standing there with her mouth open. Goes, oh, Taddy, I think I'm gonna buy you a drink.
I'm gonna giggle, and that whole entire fucking room is going to be filled with the smells of brownies. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna join them and head in. I want to look for like any artifacts that really stand out to me. Like, I'm not really a religious man, but can I do a religion check? See if I remember any details on Talos.
Talos,
Like what
yes.
kind of weapon Talos, like weapons he liked, or just
Yeah.
recall any information.
You can make a religion check. Go for it.
Okay, an
You don't
11.
remember shit.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Anybody know anything about Talos? Like, was he privy to, I don't know, spears or tridents or?
He likes his lightning. One of the thieves call out from the other end of the room. Still shoveling
Okay.
gold.
I'm looking for something, anything lightning related,
Make a perception check.
artifact wise. 14.
As you look around the room, not really anything seems religiously associated in this.
Okay.
It's mainly gold coins, and then there's
Okay.
your typical some chalices and some relics. But everything you stop to look at that might be relic related
Mm-hmm.
looks like it was put down here because it's of value, made of gold or
Okay.
extra finely crafted, not because it has religious importance.
Okay. So no special books or anything? Like gold laden stands out like a fucking sore thumb?
Not in here, no.
Okay, well then I'm gonna work with the crew and shovel until I can't shovel no more.
Okay. So you'll spend some time doing that. We're going to jump back over to Silt. Well, Sammy, who's been having a flirtatious lunch with Jestra. A moment comes up where it seems like a good breaking point to break away from flirtation and pursue what you're really here for.
Mhm. So, about adopting one of these guys.
Oh yes, the lovely dearies. She reaches up. She's been hand feeding them the whole time. She reaches up to give another little snippet of food.
Which one? Frick or Freck?
Both of them.
Okay. Well, I'll look at them and ask them, do either of you like Jestra?
They both kind of cock their head to the side, chitter a little bit, and then start cleaning a wing or a claw, not really paying attention. You have noticed over the course of the lunch, though, that they've both been eager with her, mainly because she's been offering them food.
Mm-hmm.
Neither have shown distrust or dislike towards her.
Okay. Gonna use the telepathy that I have with
Spell
it's not a spell, it's
or ability, whatever it is.
yeah. I don't remember what it's called though.
Which one is it? I forgot you multi-classed. I just saw your spell list and went cross-eyed for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember which one it is. Is it... Tongues is what you used.
Oh, that was the spell. This is just
Yeah.
as a
Oh,
package.
no. With the telepathy, they contacted you.
Well, I can open a channel of telepathy to for 1 minute.
What lets you do that?
Telepathic speech.
Is that a spell or an ability? I don't see it.
It's an ability.
Oh, there it is. Got it. Okay. Okay, which one?
Is either one of them have they sort of shown more intelligence or
Make-
connection to me?
Make an insight check. Which one do you want to have more of a connection with you?
Frick.
Okay. Frick has shown slightly more interest in non-food related item circumstances.
Okay, then I will open a telepathic connection with Frick and ask if Frick thinks Frack would like to go live with Gistra.
I don't think he'd care.
Can you? Okay, so I'll pause that and I will tell Gistra that I think Frack likes her.
Yeah, we like.
What I was talking to Gistra.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing like 5 things over here.
Uh-huh.
So what? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I told Gistra that I think Frack likes her.
Oh, well, that's just lovely. I love him too. Do you think he'd come with me willingly, or do you think it might be an issue?
I think he would go with you willingly, especially if you continue to build a bond with him through feeding and patience.
Oh, yes, of course. She'll reach up and hand him another little snippet of food and then reach up and pet him across his brow and over his head. Yes. And of course, you and... I'm sorry, which one are we considering giving to Gistra? Frack?
Frack, yes.
Frack. And of course, you and Frick would be more than welcome to come and visit him anytime.
I would give a big beaming smile at that and say we would be very appreciative of that.
Of course. It would be our pleasure. And never hurts for some visits as she slowly, like, caresses your forearm.
Awkward. Absolutely.
I suppose all that's left is the matter of the rehoming fee. I know I had offered 1,200. Is that to your liking, Sammy?
I'm going to make a very persuasive argument about why they're worth infinite amounts of money.
And then roll a 30. A nat 20.
Nice.
What a time for a nat 20. You just understand a cost can't be placed on the life of a living creature. And rehoming is caring. Let's make it an even 2,000 gold, but you have to promise you'll come and visit us.
Very calmly, I will say, I would love nothing more than to come and visit you. And Frack.
Oh, good. Well, as much as I've enjoyed our lunch, I do have work to attend to and a new friend to attend to it with. And she puts a purse up on the table. She just came prepared. Here's the rehoming fee. But Frack and I must take our leave.
I will, while she's saying that, I will be saying to Frick to, let Frick know, let Frack know
There it is.
what's going on. And that, yeah, they don't really have much emotional bond right now, so sounds
You'll
like
hear
it won't be too hard.
The basic communication of Frick going, I stay, you go, as it looks at Gistra, and then Frack will squawk and jump over to Gistra's shoulder.
Very good. Then I will. With the last thing that Gistra said, but I'll reply to that and politely and say until next time. Hopefully, it won't be too long.
Not too long indeed. And Gistra will get up, blow you a little kiss,
Gotcha.
and then her and Frack will walk away. And they were never seen again. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
You never know.
that's true.
With your lunch concluded, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Well, I want to stop by the bounty hunter's office and get myself a license as well, just as a matter of business, because I don't want to be caught red-handed with anything going on and be guilty by not having that.
Yeah, you stop by. You can see the list of bounties that are up. You fill out the paperwork with the secretary. And no issues there. We're going to jump back over to Taddy for a minute. You and your crew have all just finished filling up whatever bag you have with you. And you are laden and ready to go.
How empty does this place look?
You didn't even put a dent in it.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to look at Vex and Vex. My hope was to empty this place out. Obviously, we can't do this.
Clearly,
And
we
you're-
underestimated the vault, but we have a couple bags of holding at our disposal. I'll be able to get back in with a crew.
Okay. So here's what I would like to do. If you can come back with a crew and clear this place out, divvy up what you need to for payment, but I would like the rest of it to go towards the poor in the name of Poseidon.
Are we just
I know
leaving
it-
Nord? We just leaving
I
Nord
kn-
out of it?
I know this. I know this sounds crazy. I know Poseidon is a dead god, but this is something I'm doing for somebody. Can you do that for me?
You see two of the thieves standing behind Vex kind of give each other a side eye. Vex
I mean,
goes,
y'all are getting paid for it, so I mean,
yes, we can manage that.
okay, perfect. Then let's get out of here.
As the five of you leave the chamber, the rock door closes, as if knowing the room has been emptied of life or living things.
Okay.
You make your way up the stairs and find yourselves back in that first chamber.
Okay. I want to use the method I used before to get out and show them the back door.
Giggity.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you take them down to the chamber, noting the mimic blood. See, told you there's a mimic.
Yeah. I killed that son of a bitch.
And then push and slide the little panel to reveal the hidden passageway. While going down the tunnel, Vex goes, "Why didn't you just bring us in this way? Seems a lot less dangerous than sneaking through a temple."
Because it gave us a chance to decipher what was going on above us. Obviously, they were busy chanting, which means they're not going to be paying attention to what's going on down here.
Fair enough. Short time later, you come up through the warehouse floor, the warehouse being empty, and get out back into the street. Just
Vex,
a couple blocks from where the temple is.
I would look at Vex and say, Vex, this has been fun. Like,
It
it's been
has-
years since we did this.
It has definitely been an adventure.
It has.
Give us a couple days. I'll send you word when the rest is done.
Perfect. Perfect.
And for God's sake, give me a break on the hurry up and meet me's.
Well, I gotta leave out here really soon.
Well,
I had to get this done. But you know what? I'm gonna give you. I mean, I just gave you a month off because I was gone for a month. I mean,
That's
and I'm probably
fine
gonna be
and
gone for a while. So
just remember, I have a business to run. I can't be coming at your beck and call.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry, Vex, but thank you so much. This will mean the world to my cohort.
Okay. By this point, the three thieves have already disappeared into the crowd, and
Yeah.
Vex starts walking, and you see somebody like pass between you and Vex, and as that happened, Vex shapeshifted, and you're not sure who Vex is in the crowd anymore.
That's fine. I need to go north to.
I think I know where you're going. We'll go back to Whisper
Yep.
for it.
Yep.
All right. Who else is up to anything? Oh, sorry, Pam. Still at the bar. You feel functional. You still have a level of exhaustion and a little bit of a headache. But you don't feel like your head is gonna split open at every noise.
Yay! DM didn't forget me after all. So finally I'm gonna go to the ship.
Okay.
What day of the week is it?
Good question. Looking up another note. Give me a second.
Okay.
It is Monday, I believe. Oh, Odess, I owe you something from morning.
Is it on the main map?
I'm whispering you.
Oh, okay.
Silt, you are registered with the Hunters Guild. I will put a thing in your inventory. Anything else you want to do?
No, I would head back to the Golden Years to pay the crew. And is anybody still there, or is everybody back on?
Okay, so let's retcon a little bit. Odess and Gallon, any other conversation you want to have with Captain Reith or Mary?
I'm good. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm good too.
Okay. They will inform you that they're going to go start working on getting a crew together. And if you need them, Silt knows how to get a hold of them.
Who's telling who what?
Captain, you're not there at this point. Captain Reith and Mary, after you left and have some pleasantries with Odess and Gallon, would let those two know they're going to go start getting a crew together. And either they will contact you, Silt, or you can contact them, and you know how.
Okay.
And they took off. Gallon and Odess, while everything else was going on, anything you guys wanted to do?
Once that was all said and done, I would say that Otis would go back to the dock and probably do his stuff that he's been doing, dealing with the homeless, impoverished,
Oh, that's right. You messaged me
sick,
about that.
elderly, whatever you want to call them.
Okay. So you
Just
went shore
providing
side.
what aid, yeah. Staying within eyesight of the ship, though.
Okay.
Primarily dealing with people that are like right around that area.
Okay. This being a more industrious area, there's not a whole lot in terms of like people that need medical aid, in spell-worthy medical aid. But there are some people who need like some bandaging and some that pray, and I'm assuming you do the same thing, starting to spread the word of Poseidon.
Yeah.
With anybody who
Yeah, started out through the action. I mean, it's pretty. I'm not hiding what I'm doing. It's
okay.
you know, he's going out and he's helping where he can and doing what he can, like you would see, like pretty much on a mission trip, I guess you would say.
Okay. Roll a d100 for me.
It's almost a 6.
Okay. Not a problem. Taddy, as you're making your way back to the ship, you run into Odess on the docks, bandaging some wounds and preaching the word of Poseidon. Cautiously,
Okay.
but not hiding it.
Otis,
Yes.
you got a second?
Do you need a second?
I do. Preferably alone.
You
As soon as-
throw the last stitch in your patient's forearm and lean in, give it a little kiss. Say, by Poseidon's grace. Pat the man on the hand and then step away to go talk to Taddy.
Before I speak with Taddy, since Taddy said he wants to speak alone, Otis is going to ask, is this something I should know about?
I'm going to give you information that you'll want to know. I'm not going to give you all the details. Smarter than that.
Okay. You're the sneaky snake. Lead the way.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why does everybody think I sneak around?
Oh,
And I giggle and
shut
grin.
up.
Says the person who nobody has known where he's been all day.
Look, man, I just wanted to let you know that, you know, I don't want you to read into this. I don't want you to think I'm growing a heart and we're friends. But I've set something up to where the name of Poseidon is going to be spread throughout Haven. I just thought you'd like to know. And I
Is it-
think Talios is probably going to have some issues, but that's all you need to know about that.
Otis is going to kind of giggle and say, I am very appreciative, but I don't know if I wanted to know that.
What? No, what? That your god's name is going to be spread throughout Haven?
Mm, yes,
Okay, well
but that's a
like I said, that's all you need to know about the situation. But I thought it would, you know, be
Well,
information you'd like to know. And I
gonna leave
give
it
that,
at that. and-
yeah, I give you that, you know, and I know there's more look, but I ain't going to give it to you. You know what I mean?
Otis ain't even gonna try. He's just gonna leave it at that.
All right, buddy. Well,
So-
you go on about your doing what you need to do. I have an appointment at the Rusty Anchor. I'm overdue for, so.
I may swing that way a little bit later, but we'll
Okay.
see.
Good luck with spreading your word, bud. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm gonna head to the Rusty Anchor.
I would move on to whoever was in need of help next.
Okay. So you go back to that. Teddy, you're heading to the Rusty Anchor. Gallon, what have you been
Yep.
up to?
I guess after the conversation with Captain Wraith, what above table? What time of day is it? Would we say?
Sometime in the afternoon. 1 or 2
Gal's
o'clock.
gonna
Sure.
start by going to the markets, and with her high perception level, she's gonna try and perceive anything about any of the people on the bounty list.
Okay. So
I'm talking lip reading, any of the languages I understand, listening.
As well as, I mean, you've got a physical description of all but one of them, so
Yeah.
okay.
So you could a DM's choice.
No, I'm just looking at a couple of details. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Hopefully it's a good one. Okay.
And- I'll get to that in a second, Taddy. Bear with me here.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
Too many damn things going on. This is why DMs fight back when you guys split the party. Multitasking.
I think we're getting to the point where we're about ready to get back together and actually go do something.
Yeah. You walking through the market, say, kind of in the back corner, you hear the occasional whisper of, like, did you hear about the werewolf in the Shadow Fae? You know, like, nothing pertinent, nothing that would help you in terms of the bounty, but just, you know, people talking about it. There's an occasional conversation. But when you're over here, you actually catch sight of a distinct orc on the bounty list. Spitting image of the drawing you have. This is Numhug. Yes, that's his name. Shut up, Brad. Saw your head perk up. And he is walking through the market with, seems like an elderly half orc lady. She is, you know, they're doing like the old lady walk where he's got his arm out and she's got her arm wrapped around his, and he's carrying a basket. But this is very clearly one of the bounties.
So, you just had to like put a cute little old lady orc in there. Probably like his mother.
How bad you want the bounty?
Not enough to split up a family.
You're
For only
the
80
worst
gold,
bounty
like-
hunter.
I know, but he's probably, it looks like he's like buying shit for his mother. Like with
Let
a
him
little
buy
basket
shit.
and everything.
Take him afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of follow behind for a little bit.
Okay. So you'll follow him.
Yeah, sneakily. Not like super sneaky, because obviously that'd be awkward. But like, you know, casually keeping an eye on them. Looking at shops, kind of. Looking over my shoulder occasionally.
Okay.
Following
go
them.
ahead.
Do I hear any of their conversation?
Start by making a stealth check. Okay. And then go ahead and make a perception check. You pick up like little wisps of the old lady. I really appreciate you helping me out today. It's hard to get down here by myself. But nothing really beyond that.
Does he respond?
You don't make out anything he says.
I'm gonna continue to follow. I'm waiting for an opportunity to approach.
What kind of opportunity are you waiting for?
The kind where, ideally where obviously he's picked her up from somewhere. Assuming he's gonna escort her back. I'd follow. And wait for him to be alone from her.
Okay. So you begin following them, and we will get back to you when they get where they're going.
Perfect.
Do you want to finalize that deal, Taddy?
Yep.
Okay. Did you want oil as well, or just the lantern?
If you can throw in a thing of oil, that'd be great. Just one.
Yeah, just take off one extra.
I got-
Yeah. 1 extra gold.
Okay.
And we'll give you 2 flasks. 2 extra flasks there. Alright. Silt, you get back to the ship, and aside from the crew, it is empty.
Okay, well, I pay them. Took money out of my pocket.
So take that 200
Um,
gold off.
Yep.
They are extremely gracious. Promise you that the 2 guards will be sober. But they're going to take 2 days to rotate out and get some short time.
Very good. Okay, and then I would, since nobody's around, I would go to the shipwright's office and see about stuff, but I don't need to take up gameplay to do that.
Okay.
Just
Okay. Yeah, if you want to send me a text for any orders you want to place.
okay.
And Wraith said he was going to handle foods, crates, all that fun stuff from whatever you guys give him for an initial treasury. So.
Okay, did he still need any of that other stuff?
So it depends on what you guys want him to be doing for jobs, if you want to do any upgrades. As far as purchasing the food, the navigation equipment, the carpentry tools, any of that, don't worry about it.
Okay, so it's
but
just
for-
upgrade.
yeah,
Hard.
Yeah, so all you have to worry about are ship upgrades. Doing
Okay.
a brig, building an
Okay,
extra
I'll-
room, buying a skid boat, anything like that.
I'll wait on that for a conversation with everybody about the type of stuff that we're gonna do, but I will, so essentially I guess I will, just ask about like hull
Yeah.
upgrade and the captain's orders for the Rock and Hard Place.
For the rock in a hard place.
Yeah.
Hull upgrade would be, I think I said 3,500 gold before. To add a captain's quarters, they'll do it for 1,500 gold.
1500 gold. Okay, I'm right. Oh, perfect, you're right.
The RNHB is rock in a hard place. Shorthanded.
Okay, so I'm not gonna have them start any work right away. I just wanted to.
Yeah. Any other
Um,
inquiries for them while you're there?
I guess I'd ask about the cost of a hull reinforcement for the bigger ship.
The bigger ship will be an even 5,000.
Okay.
I'll put that on there.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, not there. I will not right now. I'll go back later and I will guess I'll check and see if anybody's on the other ship.
So you jump back out to the rock in a hard place, and it's completely empty.
Okay.
As you glance out, though, make a perception check. So 2 things there. You'll note that the Golden Years is anchored maybe 40, 50 feet away. So any guards on the Golden Years will also be able to keep an eye on the Rock and a Hard Place. You also note that Odess is working the docks there, moving from person to person, talking to each one briefly. Some of them he stays with a little bit longer. You can't quite make out what he's doing, but you can definitely tell that that's him on the dock.
Okay, then I will head back to shore, and I'll just stop by briefly to Odess to let him know that Brack went with Gistra for 2,000 gold. And ask him if he's seen anybody else around.
Taddy was here a while ago, but he ran off. I try to stay out of his affairs now.
I think I can understand that.
I have no interest in getting mixed up on that one.
I do understand that.
So,
Okay, so I will, let's see. Do you want to, where are you sleeping tonight? You sleeping on the ship?
yeah, I'm gonna be staying with the ship.
Okay, I'll be back there tonight, and hopefully we can all touch base again all together soon. The crew that we picked up already is on shore leave. They said 2 days they need. So I'll see about getting them an extra key to the apartment so that they can have access to that. Yeah, that's about it.
Okie dokie.
Then I guess I will. Well, I think I'm gonna go to the market and look for a vendor that's selling like gemstones, jewelry, or something like that.
Okay. So you'll start making your way to the market.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I'm just kind of half like fucking around and
yeah.
wasting time.
I think it would be fair to say that the timing on you arriving to the market, make a perception check for me. Oh yeah, you would definitely be able to pick Galen out, just kind of moving casually through the crowds. But
She looks casual, or does she look like she's doing something?
she looks like she's moving from like vendor to vendor and stopping and looking at what they have and waiting a moment or two and then moving to the next one.
Then I will casually not like walk up to her like, hey Galen, but shop at the vendors, window shop at the vendor she's shopping at.
Do I see Silk come up?
Well, I'm approaching you, so
Yeah, she
I would hope
walks
so.
up right next to you. She just doesn't say anything.
Gotcha.
And, like, you are in pursuit at this moment, Becca.
Cool. So I'm just gonna casually, like, as we're like talking over baubles, I'll softly say, like, "There's a bounty. What direction is he behind me?"
Do this.
Sorry, say that again.
There, he's on the map.
Oh shit! Hold on, I can't find me. Give me a second.
You're in the market.
No, I know, but like I don't have the map pulled up,
Oh,
so let me locate myself really quickly.
That's a mean looking dude.
Oh yeah,
He's-
okay, so 2.
He's not the half orcs we usually play D&D with. He is a
Mhm.
full-blooded orc.
Full orc.
Like straight out of World of Warcraft. The movie where they're just like "Brrr."
Yeah, it is. Holy shit.
These are the new tokens that came with the 2024 handbook.
Update.
He ripped.
As we're talking over baubles and like discussing it, I'll casually slip into conversation like there's a bounty, to my like 9 o'clock down the way. The orc down there is, Numhug, one of the live, for 80 gold. But it looks like he's with someone, and by the sounds of it, he's helping her through the markets. So I've been waiting for an opportunity to get him alone.
I'll reposition myself so I can see him and.
Okay.
check
Yeah,
out.
I'm not even gonna make you roll. You get a good enough look at him, and you recognize him from the bounty posting.
I will say, shit, he looks bigger in real life. What's your plan here?
Honestly, haven't really thought much of it. Because I've also been debating the size of him, seeing as how I'm not very big either.
Uh-huh.
But I was hoping, I mean, he's wanted for assault. I don't know his full backstory. But I'm hoping if he's nice enough to bring an old lady to the markets, it's reasonable. And I'm not even the type that's like, okay, we got to get him back to the Horde. If he can pay me more than the 80 or higher, I'm willing to let this whole thing drop and leave him on his way.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. Maybe he's unintelligent enough too that he can be
Well, and also, maybe you
along,
could persuade him.
Yeah.
A little bit
Yeah.
here. But I don't think it has to come to that.
I'll
And
follow
frankly,
your
she seems
lead.
really nice. Okay. So I guess Salt and I are now. Maybe we should do like I guess we can stay together. Can look like two friends shopping for baubles. As we follow him down the way, waiting for him to get alone.
Okay. So the two of you will continue following him. Pearl, you come out of the Rusty Anchor, wincing at the bright light, which still kind of hurts your head, as Taddy is approaching the front door, and you guys run into each other on the street in front of the Rusty Anchor.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Pearl.
What's happening?
Does she still
Where's
have the
everybody?
note?
Does she what?
Still have the note pinned to her chest?
Well, she hasn't said anything, or yeah. So Taddy, as you approach her, you see a note hanging off her mariner's armor. Just says,
Okay.
"I'll meet up with you later, Silt."
Honestly, still, I don't know. I've been a little preoccupied this morning. But according to that note on your chest, apparently we're supposed to be meeting up sometime later today.
Funny. Okay, never mind. That answers that question. I guess I'm just going to go to a rock and a hard place and just kind of hang around and wait for everybody. Sure that Silt will be there sometime. Due to this note. I'm gonna point at the note. Just take it out.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
See you later.
Later.
So Taddy, you approach the door. Pearl, you go to start making your way down an alley. Pearl, you're about 10 steps down the alley. Taddy, you're just about into the door. When two men step out of a little side alley at you, Pearl. Both of them... Hold on, I gotta pull up the sheet here. Both of them holding great swords. Looking very, very similar to each other, like twins. And go, "You make this easy or you can make this hard, but you're coming with us."
I'm gonna stare at them Guess we're gonna have to make it hard.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Do I?
In this
That's up
exact
to you, Taddy.
I
In
was
this
going to
ex-
say, you said as I was walking into the door, so I'm not sure how far into the door I am.
So you're at the doorway, and they aren't yelling, and it's the middle of the afternoon, so there is a crowd. So you wouldn't just hear them. I'll say there's 2 rounds where you potentially could. All right, so initiative
Okay.
has been rolled there. We are going to come back to that in just a second after I make a quick adjustment.
Well, just in case, should I throw an initiative in there?
Not yet.
Okay.
Gallon and Silt, you watch Numhug as he goes and turns left around the corner with his... We're just going to call her grandma because she's old. What do you want to do?
Still casually follow.
Okay. Same way he went?
Yeah, but still kind of like hang back so I don't like cause too much of a ruckus. How many people are around right now?
It is an afternoon in the market. It's pretty crowded.
Bustling. Okay, cool. So not too likely that we're gonna get caught. But still, I want to look casual, but still keep him within somewhat of eye distance, so I know where he's going.
Okay. Well, he had disappeared around the corner, so until you're around the corner, there's no chance of eyesight on him.
Okay, then I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna
Kind
put
of-
Frick over here, but he's on your shoulder, so
With us.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the shop that's like on my left,
okay.
but towards the end of the stall, so I can kind of look around the corner,
So you're
kind of
gonna
like on
peek
the
ar-
edge.
Peek around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Ma-
like not like stupid peeking. You know what I mean? I mean like to where I'm like shuffling my feet and then like kind of like look. Not like full on like twisted torso sideways.
Okay. Sounds good. Go ahead and make either an athletics or acrobatics check. Beautiful. As you go to peek around the corner, you see a giant orc hand coming straight for your throat, and like from around the corner, and you're able to duck out of the way, and you hear the smash as his hand hits the side of the house. As you take a step back and look up, you see Numhug standing there. He goes, "Why are you following me?"
I'm gonna. Do I see the old lady around?
You do not.
Oh. And say, Numhug, I've been waiting for you to be alone. Can we go have a conversation?
Leave me alone.
See, I would love to, but you have a bounty, which means you
at-
committed the crime.
At the mention of a bounty, he reaches behind his back and pulls out his great axe, and I need you two to roll initiative.
Son of a biscuit.
Okay, above table, this is the first time that Otis hasn't been in a fight and everybody else has been.
Do you want one? I mean,
I can give you one.
you're hanging out. Yeah, I was
Oh
gonna say
my.
you're hanging out with a
Changing
bunch
my
of
dice tonight.
Tried to heal the wrong person.
right. Said Poseidon to the wrong person.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna do that. Just keep the two separate. Okay. Yeah, Odess. You are working your way through.
Downtown?
Making your way downtown. Sorry. You are working your way through the crowds, doing your healings, spreading your word of Poseidon. And at one point, a plate mail wearing individual with a large sigil of Talos on his chest approaches you. Goes,
Oh,
you there. What do you think you're doing?
Helping those who need it.
But you're
What
doing
business
it.
is yours?
You're doing it under the name of a false god. Only Talos is worshipped in this place.
Says who?
Says the law. He holds his maul up. He goes, "You either stop now, or I'll make you stop."
You're a very angry individual. He
It's
just
kind of-
stares at him.
It's kind of my fucking job. Now, are you gonna stop and clear out, or am I gonna have to teach you a lesson?
I'm just helping people, man. If I say, hey, whatever, for Poseidon, I'm not telling anybody they gotta worship him.
We don't want Poseidon here, and we will make sure he fucking leaves. Now, either you stop and leave now, or I'll make you leave.
Otis looks around and... Is there anybody standing next to him?
No. As soon as this individual approached you, everybody was like eyes down and away, not getting involved, not going to let him know that you were helping them, that they're associated with this situation at all.
He is going to look at the guy and say, I don't see Poseidon anywhere around here, so I guess there's nobody for you to make leave.
I'm gonna make you leave. At this point, he's within 2 steps of you, mace still up. I'll make you leave.
So, I'm going to ask above table because I think this might have been mentioned previously.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true that the law is that Talos is the only one that's worshipped?
So
I don't recall that. I just recall getting strange looks.
we have established that Talos is the only worshipped god here. You don't
Correct.
know anything about that being a law, though. But you
Okay.
do, however, know that Talos worshippers, like the zealots of the religion, are very adamant about Talos being the only god.
Okay. So with that being said, I would look at him and say, I don't think it would be too wise to just start assaulting people. I don't think the Watchers would take very kindly to that.
I think you need to worry about yourself. And he, like, puts a finger into the center of your chest just hard enough to, like, rock you back on your heel the tiniest bit.
Ow.
There's more of that where that came from. Turn and go, or it's a bruising.
He's just going to stand there and look at him.
Go ahead and make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Without guidance, Brad. Come on now.
I just throw it. You use it. Use it. You don't. You don't.
Fair enough. He puts a hand into your chest and he pushes you, and you kind of like fall on your ass and skid a couple of feet back. Getting back up, of course. At this point, though, I am going to have you roll initiative because he has made an aggressive act towards you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So put him there. All right, now everybody's in initiative because Brad wanted to open his mouth.
You were so close, Brad.
So we will go through initiative order. Taddy, I know you're not, but we'll see what happens on this first round. Oh, the first 2 rounds technically. So Pearl, you are up first. I know some of you rolled higher than the number there. I reorganized them so we go from group to group. But your initiative is in line with your group based off what you guys rolled.
Oh, it's fine.
So Pearl, you're up first.
Okay. So the first one, whoever I have in front of me, I'm gonna stabby.
Take your pick. They're both right in front of you.
Left.
Okay.
I'm gonna stabby his, left, let me see. Yeah, left side of his neck.
Okay. So if you want to focus an attack to try and do something extra, you can. It'll just be at disadvantage.
That's fine.
Okay. I mean, if you want to be like, I want to stab him in the neck, you roll at disadvantage. If you still hit, he might get like a bleeding effect and take a little extra damage every round if you still hit.
Okay.
Or you can just hit regularly and not get an extra effect.
No, going for the neck.
Okay.
You say, no, I want that motherfucker jugular. Give it to me.
Exactly.
All right.
You got it.
Nope, I'm
That's
okay.
cool.
I'm just making sure you understand the rules before you roll at disadvantage is all. So,
Got
go
it.
ahead. At disadvantage. That is gonna miss, and you did that with your club, not your trident.
Oops.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Do it again with the trident because you have different modifiers. So at disadvantage.
Way better.
And you're going after human too?
Whoever's at the left side of me.
Okay.
Like whoever's on the left
That's
that I'm
gonna
looking
miss.
at. Okay. Gonna go again.
Yep. At disadvantage again if you want to try the same thing.
Yep.
You're not dropping it on him. That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I can just see her with a trident, like.
Kind of difficult, let me tell you. Very hard. Especially being exhausted. But we'll make it through.
Okay. So you go for the
Really?
first one.
Yeah.
He shifts left a little bit, and as you're coming back, you kind of swing your trident out wide, and he has a large gash along the side of his neck now, which is squirting blood out of it. He instantly throws a hand up to it and is making the gurgling noises that let you know it's deep. But he is still upright.
Does that
As the
mean
blood is kind of like doing like whatever splashing thingy, I'm gonna open my fucking mouth and I'm gonna drink that shit.
so? If
I will let you do that as a bonus action.
Beautiful.
if he's got one hand up, does that mean he can't use his greatsword?
Probably.
Depends if he's left or right.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay, I just wanted to point that
Depends
out.
if he's lefty or righty.
Well, no, great axes are a two-handed weapon. Without two
Great
hands, he
swords
can't
are
swing it.
yeah. Yeah. You right. We'll see though. So as a bonus,
That's why Silt was asking.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I know. I was
No, I
getting
was
there.
I was clarifying that for Pam.
Yeah. So as a bonus action, you're playing the water fountain game in the park.
You got it. Yep. You got it.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Human 1 is going to yell out, "You bitch," really loud. Taddy, make a perception check.
Love it.
Right.
Oh, nice.
He is going to make 2 attacks at you. First one hits. That was most of your temporary hit points. Second one misses. It is the stabby guy's turn. He is going to take some damage after we get that on there. Pearl, you're not rolling on whatever you're trying to target. Just heads up.
Oh. Quiet.
So he's going to take some bleeding damage. And he is going to take a swing at you. 19 is going to hit. So with his right hand holding his neck, he drops his greatsword and throws a punch, which connects for 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And throws a second punch, which swings wide and misses. Taddy, go ahead. What'd you roll? I should probably check that first, huh?
15.
So you definitely heard him yell, "You bitch," and you turn to look, and go ahead and make another perception check to see if you can see them.
Nat 20. Ah.
As you've seen so many times before, Pearl is in an alley surrounded by men and fluids are flowing. Go ahead and roll initiative. Let's get you in here. So that'll
8.
put you at the bottom of that group. So we'll go 13.
Hey, but I'm in a group.
12.
You're in
I
a
don't feel
group.
left out now.
Are. And go ahead and... Oh, that's perfect. So go ahead and take your turn. They are about 60 feet away from you. So
Only 60.
yeah, so 60 feet of movement would get you right up next to Pearl in melee range of both of them.
Okay, so I could use my cunning action dash
Mm-hmm.
to move there,
Yep. To get
and
right up next to
then yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna stab him. Like
Okay.
I'm wagering no advantage, so just a
No
stab, yeah.
advantage.
yeah. But I don't need advantage if he's within 5 feet for my sneak attack damage, do I?
If another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it, I'm reading through it right now just to make sure.
Yeah.
That enemy isn't incapacitated, and you don't have disadvantage. So yeah, you still get sneak attack.
What I was hoping for.
So Taddy comes rolling down the alley, does a power slide coming up right next to you, Pearl, and jabs one of his psychic blades right into the rib cage of one of these guys.
Sexy.
Okay. And then does that count for my bonus action?
You bonus
The
action.
cutting
dashed,
action doesn't.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cutting
I
action.
couldn't
Thank you,
remember
Patty.
Yeah, it lets you do the dash, disengage, dodge as a bonus action
Okay.
instead of an action.
Then I
So-
guess that's as far as I'm going.
All right.
I'm gonna say in a very painful way, like, you know, sexy. Thank you, Daddy.
Of course.
Kind of dying, but you know, kind of play cool.
So that is your turn, which jumps us over to group 2. Silt, you just witnessed this half-orc reach for Galen's neck, have the very brief interaction, and at the mention of the word bounty, pull out his great axe.
I will step up and cast suggestion.
Stab him in the jugular so he can't use both hands.
He fails.
He does fail because he's a dumb orc. So I will say, you will put your weapon away and come with us calmly and quietly.
Give me just a second. Okay. You see him put the great axe back up behind his back, latching it onto something. Just quietly, he goes, "Lead the way."
I'll turn to Gallon and say, let's take him in now. We have 8 hours.
I'm following you, compadre. Like, as I like hands up and step back, like, nope, you got this.
And then I guess that's what I'm gonna
She'll lead the way. I'll
Take him
follow
in.
behind him.
Okay. Which way are you going?
let me see where it's to go. To the horde.
Can we take my boat to get there faster?
So it was last week. Captured alive bounties get taken to the Watchers. They give you the slip, you take back to the Hunters Guild, and you get paid.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Cool.
In that case,
Sorry, Becca, you could absolutely take your boat if you wanted to.
I say we do that.
I mean, it's gonna be faster, right? Instead of walking him all the way through all these markers and shit.
Yeah. They've got that nice long dock thing to moor up
Yeah.
on.
I mean, you guys are pretty much right next to the water anyways. So on this round, you would be able to, the three of you taking your turn simultaneously, get there, get the boat unfolded, and get into the boat. So you are currently in the boat
Perfect.
right alongside. What size boat are you using?
The small one.
The canoe-sized or the rowboat-sized?
I think probably the canoe size is fine for 3 of us.
Okay. Not a problem. We will get back to you next round. Odess, as you stand up, the war priest is now standing there in a readied position, like a come at me, bro type way.
I am going to stand up and look at him and say, well, that's not very nice, and now you're borderlining assault.
It's your last chance to turn and walk away, or things are gonna get ugly.
So again, just to clarify, there's nobody around, or they just like walked away from the situation.
They
Like,
are
like
yeah, they're just not getting involved. They're not looking, they're not watching. They have cleared out this little stretch. There might be like the occasional person that runs out and grabs something they forgot, but they quickly duck back into a building. It's like the Old West shootout where everybody's looking out the window, but nobody's there.
Gotcha. But there are people that are paying attention at least. Somewhat. From afar.
You would assume so, but you don't see any.
I would look at him and say, well, you know, you're a very angry individual, and I get it. You know, if I had a pissed off god like that all the time, you know, I'd probably be angry too. But, you know what? you're not really worth my time right now, to be honest. You know, the others, and I would say this as loud as I can, so that people would understand that, you know, should they need help, Poseidon would not turn them away, whereas Talos likes to bully and assault people for helping others. So I would look at the guy and tell him, you know, hey, you ever need help? Don't worry. We won't turn you away. And I'm saying this kind of smart asses
Yeah, no, I got
to
that.
him. And at that point, I just turn and start walking away from him.
Which direction are you heading?
Oh, let me see. We're on the dock, right?
Yeah, you're maybe 20 feet from the edge, like from the water. I know this isn't a great map for this scenario.
Yeah,
but
I mean, just start walking up the dock. I only
Towards-
said leave the. I mean,
like towards the water, heading that way.
yeah, towards the water. Try to like walk around. Maybe. Let me see. I don't know if it's possible to like kind of walk around like that.
You'd be able to get like up to the water's edge, and start working your way southwest. On this turn, and then if you choose to glance back and look at him, you'll see him just standing there, watching you walk, making sure that you're leaving the area.
As I go to leave and walking away, I'd wave at him,
He just stands there.
give him a smile, and turn the corner.
All right. As you turn that corner, we'll jump back up to the top of the initiative. Pearl.
Stabby, stabby, a human 1.
Okay. Misses.
Try one more time.
Hits. All right, 7 points of damage there. Anything else for your turn?
No.
All right. Human 1 has 2 greatsword attacks. First one's for you, Pearl. Misses. And come around, second one for Taddy, which hits. Do you have a thing for that, Taddy, or not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. 2 points of damage after your temporary hit points.
Not bad.
The other human is going to keep throwing punches. First one... they both miss. And he takes another 10 points of bleeding damage. Taddy.
All right. That's Savvy Sav. No point in stopping the magic now.
Hits. Which one were you attacking? One?
Yeah.
Yeah, you come up through the ribs again, and as you do so, just like all the blood mass in his body dumps out of the hole you made, clearly indicating you nicked a major or completely ruptured a major artery, and he collapses to the ground, instant death.
So I got a secondary blade for my bonus action.
Yes, you do.
For,
you're still within melee of that other guy.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll shift around if I need to.
points there. Anything else for your turn?
Look at Pearl, and you make some interesting friends. You know that?
What can I
That's
say? I have a very good reputation.
So we'll jump over to group 2. At this point, you guys are maybe 20 feet off the dock. And as you're sitting in the canoe in a straight line, so let me draw a little line here. I know that's probably not size appropriate, but we're going to say that's the canoe. As you're sitting there, Silt, you feel the little tingle in your head indicating that one of your spells has ended. And you stand up and look back, and you can see Numhug standing up, clearly not under the influence of suggestion anymore.
He's standing up in a canoe.
He sure is.
Let's see. I'm gonna.
Above table, on the 4th paragraph of suggestion, it says, once they complete the suggested course, the spell ends. And all you said was, come with me quietly, which he did.
But that's open-ended. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cast it again then.
Okay.
Where is it?
This is one of those words have meaning moments. And as a warlock, you should know the devil's in the details. He succeeds this time.
Okay.
So that is your action this round.
I don't think I have any meaningful bonus actions. I will tell Galen he's done being peaceful.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Standing now. He reaches back, pulling out his great axe, and immediately swipes it down on you, Silt.
I was gonna suggest, could I try and stop him?
Do you have a reaction on your character sheet that you could do?
No.
Then you have to wait for your turn.
Okay.
Great axe will hit. Seven points absorbed. Do you have a reaction, Katie?
Yes, I do. I will do Hellish Rebuke, I guess.
Okay.
Do I put that save on myself?
No, that goes on him.
The save goes on him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those, he'll take the full damage on a failed save and half on a successful. So he did succeed, so he'll take half. Which comes out to 6 points. And that ends his turn, bringing us to you, Galen.
I'm gonna attack with my short sword, I believe. Yes.
Okay. You'll get advantage for flanking. I also need, as you stand, I'm assuming you stand up to strike.
Yes.
I need
He's standing up.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Should I just rock the boat?
I don't know, is he so big he could sink?
His axe might sink.
Yeah.
So you definitely maintain balance in the canoe. It's rocking a little bit, but go ahead with your attacks. That one will hit. 3 points of damage.
Oh, at advantage because of flanking.
Yes,
Hold on.
please. That hits as well. 6 points of damage.
And then I get a third one, right? Because it was my first attack.
I believe so.
So Dread Ambusher, I think.
This isn't the first turn of combat for you, though. 'Cause the first turn of combat, Silt casts Suggestion, and then...
Yeah, but I didn't get a chance to do anything.
I know, but that was still the first round of combat. And because Suggestion worked, you didn't take attack actions.
Okay. That's fine. So I guess that's my turn.
Okay. Odess, what are you doing?
I'm just walking along the dock, looking back every once in a while, seeing if he's following or not.
So I'm gonna assume you stay by the water.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Okay. You make it to about there, and you'll glance back, and you'll see him kind of standing around the corner of the building, not trying to hide, but not coming all the way out to the water, and just standing there with his arms crossed, looking, keeping an eye, obviously noting you.
I wave at him, stand there, stare at him, fold my arms.
And the great stare-off commences, and that is going to wrap us up for the night. In the middle of some interesting moments that we'll see how they play out next week. So, thanks everybody for coming to watch the stream. Unfortunately, we aren't doing Curse of Strahd Wednesdays anymore. We had to step away from that. Hopefully, we'll bring it back sometime in the future and pick up where we left off. So make sure you tune in Fridays for Lord Z's Fantastical Dungeon and back Sundays for the next episode of Waters of the Deep. Bye, everybody.